Have any questions before we start? Anything at all?
No.
Sure, you give me a good drive.
Okay.
Well, today we've got my main man named Ashwin, isn't it?
Yeah, Ashwin, yeah.
He has his. Tell him when you've got your driving test.
July of 11th of July
What time?
at 12:39.
12:38.
Yeah.
I've just had a 12:38 actually. And I'm going to do the same route they've done. Yeah.
Okay.
He's very skillful. You can tell he's had a lot of experience. Tell them where you're from.
I'm from Stockholm.
He comes all the way from Stockton-on-Trent. So this driving license must be really important to him.
Yeah.
But where are you from originally?
I'm from India.
Whereabouts, so in the south?
South Kerala.
Kerala. How would you pronounce it?
Kerala.
Kerala.
Yeah.
I've taught loads from there and they're hard work. But this guy is good now. He's good. If he passes the day, it's £150 for this young man. Yeah? Have any questions before we start?
No? What's that?
Right. Okay, you're going to be out for 38 to 40 minutes,
Okay.
depending on traffic. You're going to take in various traffic and road conditions, one manoeuvre,
Okay.
possibly the control stop, and you will be driving independent by way of sat-nav signs. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Throughout the drive, I'd like you to follow the road ahead at all times unless you're directed by signs and markings. I'll ask you to turn, which you will do some good time. Do you understand that?
Okay.
One question before we start. How would you check your indicator lights at work before starting the journey?
Press the satellite on and just walk around the car.
Good.
Just-
Right. Make your way out of here. Good luck. It's all yours.
Okay.
Turn left. So at the end of the road, we're turning left. And when it's safe to do so, could you show me how you'd sound the horn? Ashwin, there's nobody about, so you should be just giving it a gentle toot. I wouldn't sound where there were cyclists or horse riders or pedestrians unless it was to warn them of my presence, but I would have just been banging on this horn. Press it or what?
Yeah, there was a
No, we didn't just press it.
Shall I just
Press it. Thanking you. Pull up in a convenient place on the left.
Okay.
Thank you. Now you drive on when you feel ready. Minor faults number 1 and 2, Ashwin. First minor fault is you pulled too close to the junction on the right hand side. Second minor fault is you didn't look over your shoulder. Soon as I see the blind spot missed on the first time I pull you up, I know they're going to feel for blind spots, and there's money down the drain for you, young man. At the end of the road, turn right. Could you pull up close to the next parked car but leave enough room to move up? Okay, hold the car in. Hold the car in. Thank you. Now you drive on when you feel ready. Minor fault number 3 goes down to blind spot again. Ashwin, you should be looking over that shoulder, young man. If there'd been somebody there, I would have given you a serious fault straight away. Serious fault number 1 for you, Ashwin. Ashwin, there's no way this is a safe, convenient and legal place to pull up. Your back end's overhanging the bus stop, making it hard for buses to get out, and you've blocked this entrance to the left. I mean, there's about 6 or 7 houses in there. There's no way on earth I would have parked my car here and left it here, not a chance. Start of independent drive. It's going to last about 20 minutes. I want you to follow the signs for Darlington. Okay, I will change them, but I'll tell you in plenty of time. Thank you. Drive on when you're ready. Serious fault number 2 for you, Ashwin. Ashwin, that's the 3rd time you've not looked over your shoulder, so it's now becoming a habitual fault, and you've got your 2nd serious fault. Minor fault number 4, Ashwin. You get too close to this car in front. It doesn't look so bad on video, but there's no way you were getting round this if it had broke down. So leave enough room to get round the car. Minor fault number 5, Ashwin. The last roundabout you rolled into first when there was no need to. You should have kept it in second, and then you've done the same on this roundabout. So I was going to let that one go, but then you repeated it. So you're getting a driver fault for this. But Ashwin, a rolling first is when the car's just rolling up to stop about 5 miles an hour, not at 15, 16 miles an hour. You're in the wrong gear. It should be second. You should be matching the gear to the speed of the car. Minor fault number 6, Ashwin. The signal goes on very late. You should be putting that on just when you pass the junction. If I'm approaching the roundabout and I don't see you indicating left, I'm going to stop and give way to you. But luckily for you, there was no other traffic there. So get that signal and tell the other road users what you're doing. Minor fault number 7, Ashwin. Dude, this was close to being a serious fault. It's just a lack of scanning and planning with this mini roundabout. I had a pupil feel here for approaching this roundabout too fast. I felt, had the car right been turned right, I felt you still could have stopped, but it would have been a bit on the aggressive side. But keep them eyes moving, Ashwin. Minor fault number 8, Ashwin. You get too close to this white van on the left hand side. I dread to think they'll open the door. There was no need to get this close, but if you've got to get this close, you've got to reduce your speed so it gives you more time to react. So remember the guidelines: a couple of feet 20 miles an hour, 1 foot 10 miles an hour. minor fault number 9, Ashwin. You get too close to the red post van on the left-hand side with the car coming the other way. I would have just held back here. It goes down as judgment with meeting situations, this one, instead of adequate clearance. Clearance to obstructions. But yeah, I would have just held back here. Serious fault number 3 for you, Ashwin. Oh. Ashwin, who do you think you are? Maverick of Top Gun? Yeah. Ashwin, you went through this straight as a dime. We've got inches to spare either side of the cars, and you go through at about 20 miles an hour. But Ashwin, this was just far too tight. You're like Pete Maverick off Top Gun. I would have just slowed right down and stopped here. I don't think even I wouldn't have crawled through, but I don't know what it looks like on video. But you should have just stopped. It was really tight. You've got a couple of inches to spare either side. Dear me, Ashwin. Could you pull up on the right hand side of the road? I'd like to reverse back 2 car lengths. You can reasonably close the curb in your own time when you're ready. Well done, Ashwin. There's no faults recorded with this. Good observations, good speed, accuracy. I like how you stop in the middle of the road as soon as you see the cars come. Learns are frightened to do this. They just keep driving up the road and then pull up in a daft place somewhere. But yeah, all good stuff. Well done. Thank you. Driver, when you feel ready. And could you drive it forward into one of those bays up there on the left?
Okay.
Just drive it into one on the left hand side. Just past the red car there.
Okay.
That'll do. Right. That's the end of that. How do you think you've done?
Exit.
Huh?
Exit.
Exit?
Yeah. The roundabout.
That was
That I
alright.
missed.
Yeah, that you didn't get marked for that.
Okay.
Do you think you passed or failed?
You need to say it.
Hmm?
You need to say it.
You failed. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, what's that? What do we call this area?
Blind spot.
Did you look over your right shoulder? You did?
No.
3 times you missed it, yeah?
Okay.
So it's become an habitual fault. You never looked over your blind spot once, look. See?
Okay.
So that's your first serious fault. Second one, it says pull up on the left. You had loads of place to pull up. You had a bus stop here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a driveway here, but like in a could call it a junction because there was about 4 or 5 houses in there.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I was told that. Yeah.
wait, why did you stop there for like that?
Okay.
What did you do that for? I'm giving you a serious fault there because you were blocking your back end was in the bus stop and you
Okay.
were blocking this entrance here. Now, if it was just a driver, I'd just give you a minor fault, but there's about 4 or 5 houses in there
Okay.
and you had the bus stop blocked, yeah? And the next one, dude, this was closest. Park cars here, yeah? And car coming this way. Yeah? Can you remember going through there? It was really tight, yeah? I mean, you've got good spatial awareness, but really, really close. Yeah, now the guidelines I give my pupils, if you can give 2 feet either side from my door to theirs and from your door to that car,
Okay.
what speed did you go through at?
20.
20 miles an hour. Now, if you can only give a foot, what speed? Foot either side, what would you say? How much speed? If you can give a foot either side, 1 foot, how much speed would you? What speed would you drop down to?
Maybe between 10.
10 miles an hour. So 2 foot 20 miles an hour, 1 foot 10. Anything less than a foot is a squeeze through situation. So you're better off holding back. I mean, if you'd slowed right down and gone through in first gear, you probably would have gotten away with it. But you went through there. Look, that dormer is about that far off the dormer. Doing about 20 miles an hour. One other thing I was considering a serious fault was, can you remember a mini roundabout? You approached really fast. Can you remember?
Okay.
And you braked a bit heavy out.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I would have slowed. Your driving's too fast. You need to take the edge off your speed. You drive like a boy racer.
Okay.
But very good car control, but just a bit on the fast side. This roundabout here, look. You didn't feel for this. But where's right 4th exit?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, where did you go? You were going to go down here.
Yeah.
Then you come back round here. It says that's number 1, 2, and then you went up to.
Yeah, 3.
So you haven't failed for that. I haven't marked that, okay?
Okay.
But the minor faults were position normal stops, blind spots, too close to parked cars, gear fault, putting it into first gear at 20 miles an hour. Where are you getting that from?
Yeah.
Signals properly timed, wide van, you're too close, and then judging with meeting situations. But so I'll be putting that 150 quid in my pocket. Right, have any questions before I turn this off?
No.